This is the weirdest start to an episode. I like that your timer does the old school like number scrolling past thing. Makes me happy.
Sherry's bad off. I haven't really. I kind of was blazing a trail through the game, which led to me dying. But in case you're wondering, Sherry's sick because of the embryo William Birkin put in her.
Son of a bitch.
I played back up to where I foolishly died, and shamefully, my punishment was I actually used the item box and gave myself healing items. I'm so fucking embarrassed, but it's the price I pay for my hubris. I have to play like a scrub now.
Fucking scrub to your playthrough.
Might as well put a game genie on this motherfucker.
Give yourself just infinite rocket arms.
One of my favorite things back in the day, I remember when Tommy got a Game Shark and we were just goofing around. There's a Game Shark code that lets you turn whatever weapon is in your first inventory slot into a rocket launcher. But the funny thing is, when you play as Ada during Leon's scenario, she just has the Browning HP handgun. She's never meant to have a rocket launcher, so she doesn't have like the animation to hold one.
Right.
But when you use that code, it just makes her handgun shoot rockets. And it was one of the most amazing unintentional things ever.
Game Shark and Game Genies, they were always very interesting because they're not just cheat codes, like it's changing the code of the game to get you the desired result. So they were always, they weren't always perfect, but they were always interesting. Damn.
Yeah, I don't care if you hit me this time, motherfucker. I got heals for days. Days! I care slightly if he hits me.
Do you have enough ammo in that gun to kill him, or...?
Probably not, but I'm using the rest of it up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not run too far ahead of him, or else he'll jump on the roof of the tram, and it's annoying. I love that he still has a little bit of his blue jeans left.
Yeah.
Also, William Birkin going to work in blue jeans. Umbrella had a lot of reasons to take him out, more than just that he was hoarding the G-Virus.
Maybe this was Casual Friday when all this went down.
Yeah. Claire's going to go in there and be like, Sherry, your daddy's a motherfucker.
He's dead now.
Where's Annette Birkin? Spoilers, next time we run into her, she literally accuses us of killing her husband. Wow. Even though she already knows her husband has turned into that.
To be fair, we technically did.
Well, no, because he takes a lot to kill that motherfucker.
Oh, he's not dead?
No, he's definitely not dead.
Never mind then.
Very dramatic change in Claire now. She gave Sherry her red, I assume it's denim vest?
Yeah, with matching denim shorts.
I don't know how much it'll protect her or warm her, but she has it, so good for her. Alright, we're in Umbrella's lab, son. It's in-game time.
In-game.
Because we're in-game
I like
tired.
the grenade suitcase you get.
Oh, the little cake. Every Resident Evil, that's how you get grenade rounds, is in these little,
The suitcase of 3.
Yeah. Which, they actually come in packages of 6.
So I guess they're short, and so they're stacked next to each other?
Yeah.
It's like fucking loading a battery into a flashlight, is what it looks like.
Son. I wonder how actual grenade launcher rounds, if they come in containers like that.
I don't know. Because it's one of those things, like, it's not like you just fucking go to Grenades R Us and buy, like, a box of them.
The main shaft. Claire wants the main shaft. That's funny. So does Leon.
Well, yeah.
The shaft doesn't discriminate, son.
The shaft knows no creed, color, or gender.
I want a picture now of Shaft, like, leaning on both Claire and Leon, like, from behind with his arms around them, and they both look uncomfortable, and he's just got a shit-eating grin.
Can I say, small detail, I love the... No, we're not there anymore, but when you were in that catwalk area, I love the footstep sound effect in there.
Mm-hmm. They go out of their way to do different, like, footstep effects on different surfaces. Here's one of my little favorite things in the game that seems so unnecessary. So we have to get like a hyper-conducting zero cold fusion fuse to power half the lab. So this little robotic arm gets it for us. I mean, I could skip this, but why would I?
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
So it reminds me, when I was a kid, I remember my brother had a toy that was like a little robot arm like that you could control.
Yeah. I never had one, but I know what you're talking about.
He also had a little Knight Rider that came with a plastic track, and it could go upside down. And when I was really, really young, I put it on top of his head while it was going, and the wheels got caught in his hair, and they had to cut it out. Good times.
So this lab's frozen?
That room is.
Yeah.
That's actually a plot point in Resident Evil Outbreak, because one of the levels of Outbreak takes place in this lab. The name of the level is Below Freezing Point. And apparently a scientist had turned the temperature down to like freeze all the mutants and stuff that had gotten loose, and you have to thaw it out in order to escape the level, and as soon as you do, like a bunch of hunters thaw out, and then you got to deal with them. I love this. Like, it's just in the middle of a hallway, but it's just this big-ass thing you put a fuse in. Also love the color-coded hallways. It's very convenient.
Once again, here's that footstep sound. It's so good. It's like tapping a coin on a glass table. There
was one other place, I think that sound effect would have played when I fought the G mutant that killed Brian Irons, but you might not have heard it because I was probably running my mouth.
Also, usually, some behind-the-scenes trivia for recordings. Usually I start with my headphones on, and by the end of it, the headphones are across the room.
Yeah. You're very headphone adverse. I think there's blowgun bolts in here. Ugh. So there's this weird system here I never use. You can activate some gas that's supposed to be anti-BOW, bioorganic weapon, and apparently it makes some of the enemies weaker, but others stronger in the B scenario. I never bother with it. Also, I've never really noticed this. Well, first, I never noticed you can get bitch slapped by that thing. And second of all, I've never really noticed the turned over coffee right there. I like to think this guy didn't die throwing gasoline on his plant. He died trying to get a fucking roll of paper towel. So, normally you have to have the lighter with you to light this and kill this, or you can just shoot it with a flame round.
That makes sense.
It does.
I like how gasoline is that guy's go-to for trying to get rid of that.
Well, it's probably, I guess that's all he had. This is a completely optional room I'm going in right now, but I figured I'd show it.
That was the best. That's one thing. I understand that the doors opening is a transitional thing for loading times, but I love the effort they put into to actually make them different. Well, they flip back up with quickness.
These are the upgraded darker liquors. They're a lot more dangerous than the ones at the beginning of the game. As Casey Lowe puts it in the Resident Evil 2 Player's Guide, I like to reference, he compares them to Tamagotchis, and that they've like evolved. And the best part is, like, the Claire half and the Leon half of that guide are written by two different people.
Right.
So I think he wrote the Leon half, and he talks about that. And when you get to the Claire half at this point, there's a note from the author that says, my co-author Casey Lowe went on some thing about these being like Tamagotchis, and I had no idea what he was talking about. We're about to fight some plants, and you know what plants love to do?
Die?
They love to shoot their fucking plant jizz at you.
That is factual.
Unfortunately, Claire Redfield has never been on nor was born on a bayou, so she doesn't have the skills necessary to fight plants. But she has a grenade launcher that shoots flame rounds, and plants are very flame adverse.
I assume the different colored grenade cases are just different types of rounds.
There's explosive, acid, and fire. I feel like there's not. Yeah, I feel like there's not acid grenades in real life. There's a giant fucking plant in this corridor.
I see that.
I don't know if you noticed.
It reminds me of the poison ivy fight from Arkham Asylum.
Also, it's covered in plant vaginas.
Yes.
Shinji Ikami, like, he must be obsessed. Well, I said it that way because I always get him confused with Shinji Ikari, who's the main kid from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay.
So I get their names mixed up because they're very similar.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You're a evil racist.
Yeah. He loves plant vaginas.
Sure.
Like, I'm not going to look down on a man for loving, unconventional vaginas, especially plant ones, but it's just something I've noticed in his games. I'm surprised the Evil Within didn't have one.
Maybe it did. Maybe it was a hidden secret somewhere.
Shisha! I love the angry liquor noise when you hear the liquor. He's like, why?
Sounds like a female version of a Wilhelm scream.
He's like Hitler, I did nothing wrong. Liquor tongues can't melt steel beams.
So talking about Hitler, I officially...
That's the best way to start a conversation.
I'm officially caught up on Tell 'em Steve Dave, which makes me very happy. Have you listened to the
murder mystery?
It's so good. Okay, we have 45 seconds to do something productive.
Oh! We could use the weapon box key. Yes!
I like how you raise your hands.
I'm so happy. You don't understand. Now, this weapon box key in Leon's game opens a locker that has the custom 10-inch barrel for the Desert Eagle, conveniently. For Claire, it just has a bunch of shitty explosive grenade ammo that we don't even need.
For Claire, it just has, like, an old deck of playing cards that's missing, like, half of them.
Or it has the extended barrel for the Colt, and she's like, wow, thanks.
Thanks.
Oh, I gotta shoot at least one zombie.
15 seconds. My God.
Zombie!
Boom, shakalaka.
Why?
Please, no.
The cranberries! Oh, Jesus.
God.
He's like, good job, asshole.
Fuck that wall.
Oh, we can shoot one more from downtown! She's on fire!